Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Just hit the weekend. Got a bottle of Grand Malo ready. Got a shorty, I've been vibing, we steadily. We feeling each other heavy. She got that energy, it's electric. West Coast girl, she classic. Damn, she got that magic. She real, never fake, no style. She got that summertime. We out here living right now. She got that summertime. Ain't thinking about nothing else. Went through all 3 seasons. She my summertime for a reason. She got that summertime. Her heat got me feeling fantastic.
All right. It's Chamoy. Hello. How are y'all doing? I hope y'all can hear me.
You ain't show me back. I was not gonna get banana.
It's not banana.
I ain't feeling banana.
It's spicy chamoy.
Why do it look like a banana? I don't know.
It's gonna be a long.
Like the fry look like a banana.
Hello, Kira. It's gonna be a long 2.5 months. This nigga in here.
I didn't even do that.
You're being stupid. Okay. So, Smackdown is over. Let's get into it. Sunday is they will be in Clash in Italy. Well, they'll be in Italy Sunday. Well, they are. Yeah, they'll be in Italy Sunday. And then tomorrow you have Noches de Grande. I believe that's what it is. I'm not sure of the full name. Don't yell at me. Don't y'all be in the comments acting weird. Okay, I'm trying to get it together. Okay. SmackDown was decent, okay? The show did not kick off with Ricky Saints and Carmelo, but they did have a banger of a match. The show actually kicked off with y'all 2 favorite villains and anti-hero, Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. Now, Rhea didn't come out there first. Jade came out there with her homegirls. They cut their nice promo. B-Fab was out there speaking Spanish to the crowd. The crowd was booing up. The crowd was really nasty to the black girls. I don't know why they so nasty to black women, but they was not nasty to Trick Williams and Lil Yachty and Mello and Ricky Saints. They loved on them, but they booed the hell out of them black girls. We finna be in for a rude awakening when it comes to these overseas people, because they're gonna be booing the hell out of people. Okay, it's gonna be real nasty out here in these streets. But we gonna let them have it because that's all they got. They only get WWE once a year. You know what I'm saying? That's all they get. So let's get into it. Jade Cargill came out there and she cut her promo and she was just like, I'm the most dominant force in this business. Can't nobody do nothing with me. And everybody in here know it. That's why all them girls is back there hating and mad. Y'all mad. And I love every minute of it. So Rhea Ripley came out there and she was like, girl, you talking all this rah-rah, but when all of it comes down to brass tactics, we talking about bar for bar, move for move. Girl, I got you. And dude, like, it's not like I need anybody to help me beat you, but you definitely need your homegirls to help you beat me. And she was like, that's evident throughout this entire time. But like I said, when it comes down to move for move and bar for bar, sister, I got you. So you can be out here talking all this rah-rah and all this bullshit all you want to, but once that bell rings and it's just me and you in this ring, you know what time it is. You know what's good. And she was like, oh, Rhea, what happened? Your little cronies couldn't show up. She was like, don't nobody even like you, sis. She was like, the reason why these girls got my back is because they recognize power. They align themselves with it. But she was like, let's keep it all the way funky. You can't keep nobody on your squad. You can't keep nobody on your team. You had to go find some bitches you don't even fuck with just to be able to contend with me. And that's when Charlotte came out there. She was like, I heard you bitches was looking for me. Here I go. What's up? Charlotte said, JD Boo, Jade Girl. She said, baby, listen, I know it's real cute when you pop up on the roster and everything is real good and you getting all the opportunities and you moving and you shaking, but let's keep it real. Let's keep it funky. You haven't done anything yet, sis. You've been here 5 minutes. You've only been champion once. Let's keep it real. You have a long way to go before you become undeniable, before you become Hall of Fame worthy. Okay? She was like, now look, nobody's saying that you ain't doing a good job because, girl, you've made quite an impact and you've done exceptional. But let's not make it seem like your accomplishments should surpass the rest of the roster because you are looking at a future Hall of Famer. Okay? And I'm just biding my time, bitch. I done did my hard work. I'm having a good time. I don't have nothing to prove, but you? Oh, you got work to do. And Alexa Bliss was like, She was like, girl, listen, I've been in the ring with some of the best to ever do it. Okay. Some of the best to ever do it. And she was like, let's not act like you've been out here grinding for the last 13 years. She was like, you've been out here a hot minute, sis. Pipe down. Jay was like, little girl, when I'm talking to you, you will know. Okay, you can learn how to mind your business. She was like, oh no. She said, Jay, girly pop. I've been in the ring with some of the best. I don't went toe to toe on this microphone and in the ring with some of the best to ever do it. You, if you keep testing me and trying me, I'll make you a footnote in history. I said, not Lexi going out here tearing people up. So Nicholas came out there and he said, listen, I like y'all fire, I like y'all spunk, but I'm a little bored with all the talking. So since Lexi Boo, she dressed, and since JD Pooh, she dressed, and I'm sure Barcelona, hey Vicky Barcelona, I'm sure Barcelona wants to see you compete. Let me get a ref, and y'all can go at it. We can have a nice little night. So that's what they did. They fought. And of course, Michin and BFAB got involved, and that allowed Rhea and Charlotte to get involved, chasing BFAB and Michin out of the ring. During this match, there was some highs and lows on both sides for both Jade Cargill and for Alexa Bliss. However, in the end, Jade Cargill did beat Alexa Bliss, but as a punctuation to prove that she was not to be messed with and that she is far more dangerous than they give her credit for, Jade Cargill took Alexa Bliss, put a chair in the ring, and hit her with that glam slam. She calls it something else. It's a glam slam. She glam slammed Bliss on the chair and took her out. Rhea and Charlotte came out just a little bit too late, and they missed it, and Bliss is in the back being attended to. by the medical staff. Now, Bliss is hurt, but she's not injured. But obviously, put face planting on a chair ain't exactly the greatest thing in the world. She's angry and she's upset. Now, Charlotte didn't blame Rhea because it wasn't Rhea's fault and it wasn't her fault. They did what they had to get rid of Michin and beat that, but ultimately that left Bliss open to attack. Okay, so Charlotte told Rhea, she said, look, I don't know about you. She was like, your homegirl finna get her ass whooped. Rhea was like, look, don't worry about Jade Cargill. I got her tomorrow. I got her in a few days. Don't worry about her. She was like, look, whether you get her or not, because if you don't take care of her, I will. Okay? But don't you worry about that because she got a receipt coming anyway. And I was like, ooh, you got a little gusto. Okay? Let's go about it. Let's do it. I live. It's a very good time, honey. Okay, we don't have another candidate for the 5 minutes of fame. If you keep cutting up in my comments,
Not already.
girl, right? I know. I just started. Anyways, so Axiom got to go home to his hometown, and he was able to perform in front of a loud, vibrant audience. And when his music hit and he came out, everybody was on it. Now, what was funny about today's episode of Smackdown was Kit Wilson. Now, Kit Wilson was not there. Kit Wilson did not compete today, and he was not there. Now, the reason why WWE said he wasn't there was because the man packed too much lotion. I want that to sit in your spirit. They said Kit packed too much lotion in his luggage, so he was checked at customs, and because he had so much lotion, they got all these rules and regulations when it comes to, traveling. So because of that, he couldn't get past customs. So Kit Wilson was not there. But Miz was upset. He was all in his feelings. He couldn't understand why Nick Aldis would allow him to wrestle without his homeboy by his side. He said, Nathan Frazier going to be out there with Axiom, and I'm out there against the world. I need my guy. I need Kit. And Nicholas was like, it sounded like you're scared to go out there and wrestle the man. He said, scared? I'm a 2-time WWE champion. I'm a 2-time Grand Slam champion. I'm not scared of anything. He said, well, if that's the case, then what you talking to me for? Go get your shit on and get your ass out there and wrestle, because the match is still scheduled to go. And then he went. Now, during this match, for whatever reason, the lights was flickering on and off. And that is because Danhausen's bitch ass was back there finagling some shit, because none of his shit made it through customs, because he keep trying to resurrect whatever body he got back there. Now, I don't know who they done chose. I don't know who they chose to be said body. You know what I'm saying? Did they fire Eric Rowan with the rest of the Wyatt Six?
I don't know.
Okay, anybody in the comments, anybody listening to playback, if you Eric Rowan. The only comments you have in here is this one, and that one. Kayla said all of them was released.
Okay.
I'm just asking. She definitely clocked her. Okay. So, anyways, I don't know who under that sheet, but I'm saying if they had kept Eric Rowan, he could have been the one under the sheet. But whatever. So he went out there with Miz, and they had their match. Miz ended up losing. Axiom won, and he had a really great win. He did exceptionally well in the match against Miz. It was a nice time. Danhausen was back there. Miz went back there to talk to Nick Aldis, and he was like, look, I'm back there. I'm out there wrestling, putting on the show, and the fucking lights is going on and off. And shit is weird around here, and who is doing it. He was like, yeah, I have a feeling I know who did it. He was like, we all know who did it. So they go back there and they see the Danhausen has got a whole little makeshift situation set up. And when Miz go in there, Nick tried to tell him not to go in there. He gets sprayed with the fire extinguisher. Nick Aldis continues to try to go under the sheet, and Danhausen refuses to allow him to look under the sheet. He trying to resurrect something, some type of Frankenstein type character. I don't know if they're gonna hold on to this situation until Halloween time. You know what I'm saying? Which to me, they should have started around SummerSlam, which would have made more sense. But whatever makes you happy, babes. So side notes, side matches. Okay, so look, boom. We have Damian Priest was set up to go up against the MFTs with Royce Keys. Now, the reason why this was set up is because R-Truth wants Damian and Royce to get along. And he's like, look, y'all got to get y'all shit together. Y'all got to be boys or whatever. Y'all have a common enemy. Y'all can work this out. Damian is like, I'm not teaming with this man. Every time he's around, them damn MFTs show up and he is not denouncing them or not wanting to be around them. I don't trust this nigga. Royce Keys like, I don't need you to trust me. I don't need your help. I ain't never asked you for your help, but your homeboy keeps coming to me. So if you got a problem, you need to talk to your homeboy, not me. And R-Truth manipulated both of them into just tagging. He was like, is y'all scared? You scared? They was like, no. He was like, is you scared to tag with each other? They was like, no. He was like, all right, cool. Then I see you out there. And they was like, Damian was like, wait a minute now. Wait, goddammit. So he ends up going out there. They do the tag team. It seems to work for a little while. But of course, it was 3-on-2. R-Truth is not physically cleared to compete. And of course, because of that, R-Truth got beat up. He was able to take a little bumpy bump. And so did Royce Keys. And Damian Priest ended up suffering a pin off of the MFTs. I think it was Tyler Tonga who ended up pinning him in the end. I kind of wish that Shinsuke would have been out there. Don't know if Shinsuke's going to be on this tour with them, but I wish Shinsuke would have came out there and got his revenge against the MFTs, seeing as how they beat him up and Tama Tonga beat him up. I just wish they would have gave it a little bit more time to breathe besides just serving Shinsuke up on a platter like that. But I understand. You know what I'm saying? Anywhoosies, let's continue down this story lane, shall we? Chelsea Green was scheduled to face off against none other than y'all favorite Nia Jax. It was Nia Jax's birthday today. Anyway, I'm not the biggest fan of that lady, but I don't wish her no ill will. So happy birthday to you, I guess. Sir, Nia Jax went out there, but before she went out there, Chelsea ran into Tiffany, and she was like, Tiffany, listen, I was thinking about our interest tonight, like how we would go out there. She was like, girl, I'm not coming out there with you. I have no desire to come out there with you. And Chelsea was like, oh, well, I thought, after last week that she was like, look, I appreciate your help and everything. I didn't ask for your help, nor did I need it, but I appreciate your help. But let's keep it real. You and I are not friends. Never were friends, never will be friends. So good luck in your match today. And she was like, oh, okay, thanks. And I was like, oh, poor Chelsea. She did not deserve that. So Chelsea went out there all on her own. Beautiful reception for Chelsea. Love that for her. Again, the black girls were just booed today, okay? All the black girlies were booed because when Fatal Influence's raggedy ass got on screen, which I'm going to get to them in a minute, there were no boos in the audience. I was like, interesting. Interesting indeed. Very racist. But anyways, Nia and Chelsea were the last match before we get to Gunther and Cody Rhodes. Nia and Chelsea had a decent match, but ultimately, after Nia and Lash wanted to go up to Tiffany and kind of nag her a bit about being champion and how she ain't got no friends and how she gonna teach Chelsea a lesson, and then one of them was coming after her U.S. title, Tiffany decided to interfere on Chelsea's behalf, which gave Chelsea the win. And of course, Nia and Lash are pretty pissed about it. So it is what it is with that. Now, double back. Trick Williams had a whole set. It was very long. I didn't feel like it should have been that long, and quite frankly, I would have preferred if Ricky Saints was the one who came out there first instead of it being Trick Williams. But I get why they did what they did and how it's going to end up working out. So to make it clear and plain, Trick Williams came out there with Lil Yachty, and they gave out their long spiel and talk and shit. Then Carmelo came out there and they went back and forth. The battle between them was very cool and very interesting. And in order for you to understand it, you need to watch it. So when you get done with my video, go over to YouTube and watch their segment. I believe it's up on YouTube right now. With that being said, Ricky Saints came out there and all three boys was having it out. Now, Trick Williams punched Ricky Saints in the face after Ricky Saints told Trick Williams that he was a one-trick pony, which okay, devil's advocate, he low-key is, but it's okay. It's okay. You don't need many tricks to be able to get over. You just need one, and you need to do it really well. And that's kind of the point. So, but I like the pun of it all. I like the way that Trick Williams pretty much got rattled by one line by Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints came out there, was standing tall, and you got two of the best talkers in the back out there, and you know Ricky is cool on the microphone. So it was a fun time to listen to the three of them go at it. Now, here's what happened during the match. Trick Williams did not stay out there, which I thought was very interesting. If I was him, I would have stayed out there, right? But he didn't. Him and his little minion, little Yachty minion, he left. They left and went out there and went back to the back. Carmelo Hayes and Ricky Saints had a really good match. Banger of a match. In this match, Carmelo ended up picking up the win, I think. Didn't Carmelo win that match?
Well, with him and Ricky, no details, double cut out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're right. Thank you, baby, because I couldn't remember. They was on the outsides of the ring, and what happened was they didn't get back inside in time, and it was a double count out. So when they got in, Ricky tried to attack Carmelo, and Carmelo was able to defend himself and get Ricky out of the ring with a first 48. So Ricky done been attacked by Trick Williams, and he also basically, it was a double count out, so both men lost the match technically in this particular instance. Now, in my opinion, I believe that Trick Williams, Ricky Saints, and Carmelo Hayes are going to be in a triple threat at some point, probably heading into Night of Champions once we get to July, which I think is when Night of Champions is. I could be wrong, okay? But, yeah. That was a good match. I just think the segment was just a little bit too long in terms of Trick Williams' time out there. I know Trick Williams is highly popular, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the time, but make it so that the time is useful and get the other person out there as quickly as possible so we can hear the banter and the back and forth between the two of them. Because I don't pay money to see Lil Yachty. I don't care about Lil Yachty. I know a lot of y'all don't mind him being there because he's like on a manager type tip. But me personally, I don't think Trick Williams needs that kind of a manager. If they were to put him with Carmelo, fine. I honestly don't think Carmelo needs the manager. I feel like I get what they did with it, and I'm not saying that it's not necessary. I'm just saying, I am saying it's not necessary. I'm just saying it's a bit much with Trick Williams and Lil Yachty to me. Trick is a lot. He's a big personality. He's got a lot of energy around him, and he puts out a lot of it. So to have Yachty right there and him on the microphone, to me, it doesn't equate. But if that's what they love to do, that's their business. I'm not going to say nothing about it. Okay, what else am I missing? Sami Zayn. So Sammy and Cody had a little moment. And Sammy basically was like, I left you in the ring with Gunther to choke you out on purpose because I needed to teach you a lesson. And Cody was just like, what lesson was you teaching me, huh? What was you teaching me? She was like, you out here mad at me because I utilized the match to my advantage. But then when somebody was attacking me and I'm supposed to be your friend, you left me hanging out in the cold. You didn't do shit. But you a good guy, though. Now, here's my thing. Devil's advocate, right? I I remember a few weeks ago, not even a few weeks ago, a few months ago, before WrestleMania, when we were still in the early throes, before Mania had started, Sammy was still down in the dumps because he lost that Royal Rumble to Drew McIntyre, right? And he was spazzing. He was spiraling out. What happened? Cody Rhodes was dismantling Sammy from then on out. It was, you need to do what you got to do. You need to start making some changes. You're always complaining. You're always bitching, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, okay. Now, the man making changes, right? Did you specify the kind of changes that he needed to make? Mm-hmm. What did you say? He got to start doing things differently, right? Ain't that what you said? So how come when he starts doing things differently, you don't like the outcome because it directly affects you, right? You're maddening your feelings because it directly affects you. But when it was Sammy just got to roll with it, right? It wasn't Sammy's place to save you. Let's keep it real. I'm going to keep it 1,000%. It was not Sammy's place to save your ass when it comes to Gunther. You knew what type of shit you was on when you made this match with Sami Zayn last week. Now, Sammy was right to tell you, I didn't ask for this fucking match. You did. You did that shit to yourself. So for you to be mad at me because I didn't save you, it's fucking crazy to me. Because if he was attacking me, none of you motherfuckers would come out there and save me. He's not lying. He's not lying. So I'm on Sammy's side. And I love Cody, but he ain't saying nothing that's wrong. Now I will say he a little delusional when it comes to some things. But he's not wrong. He's not wrong when he's like, I did what I did. And I don't feel like you should be mad about it. I didn't save you because you needed to do that on your own. He's not lying. It wasn't him who put him in the match. You did that shit because you got mad in your feelings. You a hothead and you go off on half cock. You don't think things through. And that's the same thing that you told Sammy not too long ago. You're not thinking things through. But now you want to get mad because he didn't save your ass. No, you can't have it both ways, babe. You can't have it both ways. You have to be fair. And if you're going to look at Sammy like that, Sammy, you could have very well said, I understood that we was in a situation. It was me versus you. And that's just the match. You know what I'm saying? But the match, but the match was over and I'm getting choked out. Well, Gunther's not my opponent. He's yours. And I tried to give you some pointers about Gunther because I've been in the trenches with that man. I know what he's capable of and I know what you have to do to beat him. But you told me you didn't need my help. Huh? You told me you didn't need my help. Is that not what he said? So how come you mad at me from not saving your ass? That's what he should have said. That's what I would have said. You told me you didn't need you. You told me straight up, thanks, but no thanks. And you had a fucking attitude when you said it. So having me in a match with you, and then you go out there and you beat me after Gunther gets involved in our match. You beat me. And you want me to come save you? Nah, because you got it, right? Thanks, but no thanks. That's what you said. So nah, don't expect no handouts or help from me. Don't worry about what I got going on. You got it, champ. You got it. Now here's what I think's gonna happen, or what I hope happens. Cody Rhodes is gonna beat Gunther at Clash in Italy. I don't think he's gonna lose to Gunther. Now, if he loses, they got to be trying to pad Cody's resume because there's no other explanation for that. You know what I'm saying? But if he drops the title to Gunther, then so be it. However, I don't think that he will. But I do think that Sami Zayn is the next person that he probably will feud with because it just makes logical sense to me. He's already built up enough to be the villain of his ire. And then if they awake Johnny Gargano enough, they can let them be together and kind of tag team on Cody, even though he probably won't beat him. They can kind of make that work. And then you could build up Gargano in the process with Sami Zayn if that's the way you want to do it. But I'm very interested if that's what they want to do. I don't think that Sami will get the title, but it will be a fun time. Now, it'd be very fun if they have Sami facing off against Cody at SummerSlam and then Randall returns and costs Cody the title. That's nasty work right there, babes. It's nasty work, but it'll be funny nonetheless. Anywho, there was a promo back out there because they promised Nicholas that they would be good old boys and they would just go for banter. They would not go for physicality. And basically, Gunther was just like, you represent the annals of the American dream. You are the worst aspects of the American dream. We're talking about the concept of it. It's a pick yourself up by your bootstraps type of rhetoric. When in all actuality, all it takes is a little bit of generational wealth, and you get to move into a space where you are able to take over and maneuver in this world, and you get handed everything. He said, what did it take for you to get here? A phone call? And I was like, well, Cody, gotcha, bitch. Like, he got you there. That essentially is the gist, you know what I mean? And Cody was just like, he said, Gunther, for you to be this guy, the big one, the tall one, the baddest of the baddest, and I hear all these wonderful and scary things about you, but it really just looks like you're just a scared little boy because you say you don't need all these things. You don't need the TV shows. You don't need the weight of the responsibility of being a champion. You subvert them. You act as if it is beneath you to do those things as a champion. But he said in real reality, and all that it is, you just can't hang. You can't handle the pressures of being a champion, so you choose to not be that type of champion. Now, he was like, I ain't gonna lie to you. He said, you great in your own right, but he said, your problem is you jealous. You don't think that you're better than everybody else. You have to prove that you are, and this belt proves that you are, but you don't have the skills, nor do you have the tenacity to be able to be champion. And you keep trying to make it out to be everybody else's problem. But we all know what the real problem is. You're scared that if you lose at Clash in Italy, all will be proven that you're not as good as you believe you are. And I was like, is it true? I do. Ooh, okay. I was like, I don't know, man. Jesus Christ. So, he told Gunther that he's easy to find, but hard to beat. And Gunther said, you think I'm a liar? Is that what you think? Gunther said, I told AJ Styles that I was going to choke him out, and I did. I told Bill Goldberg that I was going to choke him out, and I did. He said, I told your precious mentor, John Cena, that I was going to choke him out, and I did. And he said, and now I'm going to choke you out. I haven't lied. The proof is in the pudding. And he said, come Clash in Italy, you are going to find out just the same. He walked his ass up out of there. Now, Cody Rhodes didn't have nothing to say. He didn't have nothing to say about that. He was lost in a sauce, y'all. He didn't have no response. Now it's going to be a fun time. Ooh, child. Now, Clash in Italy is on Sunday, not on Saturday. And it is going to be at 2 p.m. I can't stress that enough. But tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that's going to be very, very fun. Now, we got a AAA Cruiserweight Championship match in Noche de los Grandes tomorrow on Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, I believe. So, we're going to be able to watch this match over on YouTube if you are in the States, and I believe it's on Fox if you're in Mexico. You also have the AAA Tag Team title match between, first of all, let me tell you who this is. This is Rey Fenix and, Laredo Kid, I want to say. I think that's Laredo Kid and Rey Fenix. I'm sorry, y'all, if I can't tell the difference between the two, but sometimes they masks are very similar. I can't look at the details too close up. So I apologize if I got it wrong, but I believe that is Laredo Kid. I got it. I got it right. Yay. Okay, so that's Laredo Kid, and this is Ray Phoenix, and they're going for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship match. Then you have I know that both of these dudes is clowns, and I know one of them is Psycho Clown. So please forgive me for not knowing both of their names. I apologize. But they're your current AAA Tag Team Champions, and they will be facing off against Ivar and Eric, the Viking Raiders. They have been down in AAA wreaking havoc on this tag team. I honestly wouldn't be mad if they got the tag team titles. It'd be a very interesting time. And they seem to be tumultuous. This tag team between Psycho Clown and Homeboy, they seem to be on the outs with each other. And this has caused a lot of tension with them as tag teams. And of course, Eric and Ivar have been attacking them mercilessly. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out over in AAA. And then, okay. I'm sorry if I don't know the name of this particular luchador. Is this Dr. Wagner Jr. or is this somebody else? Somebody tell me, please. Because his mask looks similar, but I'm not sure if who that is. I don't know. And I'm so sorry. Do I need to look it up? I was right. I'm 2 for 2 today, Jared. Yes. This is El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. I knew that's who it was, but I had to make sure because sometimes I get his mask mixed up with somebody else's, and it's just, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That's why I wanted to make sure that it was El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. So that is who that is. It's Dr. Wagner Jr., and he is facing off against Vikingo. Vikingo looked like a Mexican drug lord. For real. You know how like they be, okay, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but most of the time when it's an evil villain, especially in the movies, they either be real short and like extremely ruthless because they real short and they got to make up for the fact that they short and don't nobody respect them because they short. You know what I'm talking about? Jar, don't do me like that. You know it's true.
I said, I'm drinking my hand, yeah.
You know it's true. The short villains be the most vicious ones. They be disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Leah said she got it. You got it. Okay. They're having a battle for the AAA Latin American Championship, and this is going to be on Saturday night. And then the final big cojones, the big match, the big one, the big balls, cojones grandes. Okay, you got OG El Grande Americano, and then you have El Grande Americano. Okay, now you can tell which one is which, obviously. Both their masks are very similar, but they have them switched up. So the newer El Grande Americano, which is Ludwig Kaiser, his mask is switched up just slightly. If you notice, like the wings on the side are a little bit less tight than Chad's, and his nose, the bridge of his nose is straight down. It doesn't have that like point at the tip. It's very different, but it's his older version of this mask. And Chad Gable's mask has American made on the center part instead of El Grande Americano. And his wings and stuff are a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It mimics an eagle, but Chad's mimics more of a phoenix than it does like an eagle position. I'm just looking at it differently. Their masks are very different. And so, anyways, this is a mask versus mask match. And this is the one that everybody is looking forward to. So we are going to see who is unveiled, which we all know who is under these masks. If you don't know, please. I am hoping Chad Gable is the one who gets unmasked today because he definitely needs to be the one. Honestly, I feel like American Made could work right now on the main roster. They need Julius and Brutus. They need Chad Gable in that mid card, especially on Raw. That mid card is whack right now. Who has the Intercontinental Championship right now?
For men, Penna.
Like when he was little, they called him Little whatever. His gang name is instead of just his name. See, I told you. Like it's just like he just looked like Vikingo looked like he was the roughest dude in the game. Right, okay. The Intercontinental Championship needs to have some variety. And while I like Dragon Lee and everybody, I need them to mix it up just a little bit more. So having Chad back there in the middle of that would work for me. So I need them to hop to it. I need them to do it. So this is going to be your marquee match. This is going to be your closer. And I know that El Grande Americano is the number one contender for the AAA championship. And right now, Dom isn't doing anything, which is very interesting. But we'll see how this plays out. I feel like Dom is definitely going to drop that championship to El Grande Americano very soon when they have Triple Mania. That's going to be interesting. I think that happens in September. I'm not sure. Did you get the card for Penta versus Rey Mysterio? No, it wasn't up on WWE's website. That's where I got all these cards from, and that one wasn't up there. But if Rey is going to face off against Penta, then cool. Whatever. That's something I care to watch, but I'm sure a lot of people would love to watch it down in AAA. Now, Monday, the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments are going to begin, and we learned through I forgot to talk about JC Jane and them whack ass fucking JC Jane has some extensions in today. They were blatant extensions. And I'm like, who? You could have at least put your hair in a ponytail, girl, or something like. And it was obvious. They were long, super blunt cut at the end. Her hair is obviously layered, you know what I'm saying? And feathered at the tip so it lays properly. Like, I'm like, this is what I hate when you go and take an extension and put it in your head and you just put it at the back of your head and you got and they're super long. They were down to her waist, jet black and red extensions. And I'm just like, so ain't nobody else gonna see these motherfucking extensions just hanging from the back of her head like that? And when I tell you it was obvious that she had the extensions, girl, I'm like, y'all do not like cutting y'all hair extensions at all. This is crazy. Wild times. However, Fatal Influence made it very clear to the tag team champs, Bree and Paige, that they were gunning for their little championships and that JC Jane is entering into the Queen of the Ring contest, which she probably gonna win at this point. I just don't give a fuck. I truly don't care, but if that's what they want to do, sure, go off, sis. And Fallon and Laney was just like, yeah, we coming after your titles, bitch. And they was like, okay, cool. Thanks for coming. Man. So Monday, the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments are going to begin on Netflix, and they're still going to be in Turin, Italy. So the show is going to start at 2 p.m. So from Sunday to Monday, wrestling is going to be on at 2 p.m. on Netflix. Yeah. Now, Clash of Italy is going to be coming on ESPN. The very first hour always comes on ESPN. And I think that Brock Lesnar and Obafemi's match is going to be on the first hour. And I also think that I want to say Becky and Soul's match is going to be on the first hour. I want to say that's the case. But if I was them, like, I hate to say it, but I would put this match up first to get it out the way. More people are interested in Obafemi and Brock Lesnar's match than they are with Cody, but they're probably going to anchor the show and be like at the top of the hour, at the first hour. So right at 3 is when you probably, well, The show might last a little longer than 2 hours. So you might get them at like 3:30 rather than at 3. Um, but anyways, you got Cody and you got Gunther. Who y'all think is gonna win? I'm gonna go with Cody. I think Cody's gonna retain. Then you have Soul and Becky Lynch. If Becky retains, it's gonna be on something crazy. Do I think that Soul Ruka is going to win the title? If she does, I wouldn't be mad about it. Quite frankly, I would be quite excited. I think that somebody needs to get this title off Becky, and Becky just need to go take a break. Just go sit down for a little while. Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. I don't think that Jade Cargill is going to beat Rhea Ripley on Sunday. I think that she is going to definitely lose. She's going to attempt to use all the things in her arsenal to beat her, but I don't think that that's going to work. I think she's going to end up losing. Then we have the two biggest matches on the card that everybody's looking forward to. Me personally, am I looking forward to Oba and Brock Lesnar? No, because I have a feeling I understand how this is going to play out. I'm just wanting to see if I'm right when it comes to this. But Oba and Brock Lesnar are having their second fight, and I'm sure the third one will either happen at Night of Champions or it will happen at SummerSlam. But they might make Oba King of the Ring. You never know. And then, you know what I'm saying? Or he get cost his King of the Ring slot by Brock Lesnar, therefore extending their feud and, you know, pushing everything forward, which I think that may or may not be the case. And then finally, I'm going to get this win to probably Lesnar. I mean, if you're going to do it and you want it to be a trilogy, Lesnar has to win this at Clash in Italy. And more than likely, it's going to be a fight at first, but towards the end, Lesnar's going to low blow him. I just have the sneaky suspicion that that's what's going to happen. Now, the final match that's just going to change the tide of WWE is this one. This is the tribal combat with Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. If Roman wins, then Jacob has to be subservient to Roman and acknowledge him as a tribal chief and serve Roman as his right-hand man. But if Roman loses, then he has to acknowledge Jacob as a tribal chief, hand over that championship, and a new champion, a new chief is going to reign over not only the Anoa'i family, but also over WWE. So this is a totally different ball game, honey. And with Jacob, it's always about chaos. But if he can be domesticated, this is a major win for the bloodline. And they're going to need Jacob because as soon as Bronson Reed returns to the Vision, all hell is going to break loose on Monday Night Raw. There is nothing that the Street Profits or Seth Rollins can do against the Vision with a really wrapped tight Bronson Reed. It's like having your very own personal enforcer. And we're talking about full-on SWAT team style enforcer. He's going to demolish them easy if they don't pull Jacob in line. It's necessary. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys Sunday after Clash in Italy. We'll talk all about it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoy the show. And I'm going to play you out with Janae's song because it's so fire and I love it. And I know you guys love it too. And it's called Summertime by J. Nicole. So I hope you guys like it. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on Sunday after Clash in Italy. We'll finish talking. We're going to have a good time. Love you guys. Bye.
Just hit the weekend. Got a bottle of grandma already. Got a shorty, I've been vibing with steadily. We feeling each other heavy. She got that energy, it's electric. West Coast girl, she classic. Damn, she got that magic. She real, never fake, no style. She got that summertime. We out here living right now. She got that summertime. Ain't thinking about nothing else.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.